This means that there has been sustainable loss to the government. Moreover, the proceeds from the disinvestment were also offset to the shortage of government revenue rather than using it for development of PSU and building the social infrastructure in the economy. Okay, so this was a critical evolution. Okay, or whether you are selling it or not. So you will quickly write it down. Okay, critical evolution, then these 2 points. Okay. Okay, Sanya, this is critical. You will write critical evolution of disinvestment.
Okay.
Right. This is when government did disinvestment, people started pointing out their own thing. Because of this, they are doing. Because of this, they are doing like this. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Okay. Now we are doing the effect itself, right? Effect on this, effect on that, right? So now effect on price. So of course it's very obvious that price were like rising prices have been kept under control. Okay. And then reform and the fiscal. Of course, we need to, whatever effect was being there, we need to reform few things. So refund and the fiscal policy, what we did. So economic reform had placed limit, see, there was lot of issues going on, like there was some high pricing, lot many issues. Of course, that's why we introduced reform and the fiscal policy. So why? First, what are the benefit of reform and the fiscal policy? So first, economic reform have placed limit on the growth of public expenditure, especially in social sector. So because of this reform, there was a limit. Like earlier, government was spending a lot on the public sector, right? But now they have put it a limit. Next, the tax reduction in the reform period aimed at yielding large revenue and corrupt taxation, tax evasion have been resulted in increasing tax revenue for the government. So tax reduction and all that, what is happening? People are, when there is tax reduction, less tax you have to pay, so everybody was paying tax. Because of that, a government was getting more revenue. Then the reform policies involving tariff reduction have curtailed the scope of raising revenue through custom duties. So tax policies, they have reduced tariff. Because of that, custom duties was also, like there was no scope of rising custom duties, because if tariff is reduced, then no custom duties will be increased. Next, in order to attract foreign investment, tax incentives are provided to foreign investors, which further reduce the scope of raising tax revenue. This has a negative impact on developed as well as welfare expenditure. Okay, so now people are focusing more on foreign direct investment, right? So because of this, government was focusing less on welfare expenditure and the development expenditure. Okay, the reform process has been widely criticized for not being able to address some of the basic problems facing our economy, especially in the area of employment, agriculture, industry, infrastructure development, and fiscal measures. So these are the positive point. Okay, and this is the negative point. Clear?
Yes.
Madhi, clear?
Yeah, ma'am. Got it.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Halima.
This all we should write.
Okay, wait. First of all, you will take the screenshot. We have to start from critical now. So this take the screenshot for critical. And then this is effect on price. We completed these topics. And then we are discussing reform and fiscal policy was introduced. So what were the positive point about reform and fiscal policies, and what was the negative? So these are positive points and this is negative points. Clear? So everyone is writing from here. For this, you can take the screenshot. Okay.
So positive will be in points and negative is like a full one sentence.
See over here, it's a
Okay,
one
taken
critical
screenshot.
that because of this employment, agriculture industry, all this method, all the sector increase. Oh, sorry, face a lot of issue. But positive, there are a lot many points. Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, Madhi and Halima, you are also done.
Ma'am, just a minute, the last part.
Okay, not an
I
issue.
have screenshot.
Okay, Halima is applying the shortcut method.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, good. Now we are going to start with our next topic, which is demonetization. Okay. So what is demonetization? Demonetization is basically, it is money. Okay. For example, discontinue. This is the 100 rupees note. Okay. So I am discontinuing this note and I am introducing the next new note for 100 rupees. So this is demonetization. So demonetization was a new initiative taken by Government of India in 8 November 2016 to tackle the problem of corruption. Now, ma'am, what is corruption? See, basically what happened, there is no control in money. So what people were doing, they were collecting a lot of money in their homes. Okay, and they have, you can say, abundance of money in their home. But now, if I demonetize the value of the, for example, this is the 100 rupees note in my house, and I have a lot many 100 rupees note in my house. Okay, suddenly government said that from tomorrow itself, we won't be using this notes, we'll be using the new notes. Now I have to convert. What I will do? This money, whether I have 100 crore rupees money, or whether I have 200 crore rupees money, it will be of no use, right? So just to stop corruption, demonetization was taken, just to stop black money, terrorism, and circular of fake currency in the economy. That also, because of this reason, demonetization was done by Indian government. Okay. This demonetization is basically, it was done in 2016. So I have also seen this demonetization process where I used to visit bank where I need to, change my, because everybody have few cash in their homes, right? Not everybody is going to be digitalized. After 2020 itself, like everybody became digitalized, like UPI and all that. Prior to that, in India, nobody was that much aware. Only you can say 10 to 15% of people were using online transaction, all that. Like for shopping and all that, we were using online transaction. But generally for normal day-to-day life or day-to-day activity, we were not using it. So in 2016, everybody, like minimum, everyone have around, you can say, 20 to 30,000 rupees in their home as a cash. Okay. And now what they were doing, they were visiting bank, and there they were depositing those amount in the bank, and they were in return getting the new notes. This is what. Okay. Now, sorry, it's not for every note. It's for only 500 rupees notes, and 1000 rupees notes were no longer legal tender. New currency notes were introduced, 500 rupees note, and there is no 1000 rupees note now. They introduced 2000 rupees new note. Okay. The public were advised to deposit old currency notes in the bank account till 31st December 2006. 8 November it was introduced, and they gave a month, you can say around 2 months, they gave to the public that you need to convert your things, right? To 31st December 2016, you need to convert without any declaration, and up to 31st March with RBI with the declaration. Okay. Then it was further also, like the date was increased, like it was further postponed. Okay. Now further, to avoid complete breakdown of cash crunch notes, government has allowed exchange of 4,000 old currency, the buy new currency person per day. Very, very important. See, for example, now I want to change, so I just bought 1 lakh rupees cash, and I was like, I need to change it. So government just what government did, government made a rule that in a day only 4,000 rupees of old currency you can do, you can change. Okay. So further, till December 2016, old currency note were accepted as legal tender at petrol pump, government hospital, and payment of government dues like taxes, power bill, etc. So in petrol pump, government hospitals, and payment of government dues like tax and power bill, you can use till December 12, 2016, you can use the old notes. Okay. But other, you need to deposit it with bank, or you need to exchange. Okay. The more so sorry, the more received both appreciation and criticism. Some of the people appreciated it, some of the people criticized it, because they have to, stand in a long queue, they have to wait hours and hours just to change their 4,000 rupees. So there were long queues outside the bank and ATM booths. The shortage of currency in the circulation had an adverse impact on economic activities. However, things improved with times and normalcy returned. So at that time, it was like, oh my god, what the blunder, right? Suddenly, for example, you have a lot of money, and suddenly somebody says that from tomorrow itself, these this is nothing. It's just a piece of paper for you. So you will be in shock, right? And also there is a limit that you can only exchange 4,000 rupees. So also again, it was a trouble making things for it, right? So now what you are going to write about demonetization? Wait, I'll just tell you. I hope you got the process, right? What was the
Yes.
problem? Yeah, good. Because it's a story itself. So first of all, you will write the demonetization. There are high chances instead of getting question from LPG, you can get question from demonetization and GST. Why? Because these are newly introduced topics. So demonetization was a new initiative taken by Government of India in 8 November 2016 to tackle the problem of corruption. This. Okay. First point, you will make it in a paragraph, not in paragraph, just making point. Next, old currency of this and this were not legal tender. No new currency were introduced. Okay. Now next, third point, the public were advised to deposit old currency notes in the bank until 31st December, and later on it was expanded to 31st December 31st March 2017 by RBI. Next, further to avoid complete breakdown and cash crunch notes, government had allowed exchange of 4,000 rupees old currency by the new currency per person per day. Okay. Further till 12 December 2016, old currency note were acceptable as legal tender at petrol pump, government hospital for payment of government dues like taxes, power bill, etc. Clear? So this is your demonetization. So you can quickly write it down. Then we'll do the positive and negative. So we'll just try to finish it. Like this is the second last class for this economic reform. Next class will be done with it. Okay.
Done.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, Mahdi, you are also done.
Yeah, ma'am. Done.
Now we are going to do the positive impact as well as the negative impact. Okay, so first positive impact of demonetization was it imposed tax compliance as large number of people were bought into tax embed. It is demonetization of state decision to put curb on black money, showing that tax evasion will no longer tolerated. Tax evasion will result in final penalty of social condemnation. Tax compliance will improve, the corruption will decrease. Okay, so what you are going to write? It improved tax compliance as large number of people were brought to the tax limit. Okay, clear? It is a demonstration of state decision to put a curb on black money, to stop black money, showing that tax evasion will not be tolerated. Now, second is the savings of individuals were channelized into the formal financial system. As a result, bank have more resources at their disposal, which can be used to provide more loans at the lower interest rate. Okay, so savings of individual were channelized to formal. So earlier people were saving, but they were saving in the form of cash, right? So nobody had a record whether they have 1 crore rupees, 20 crore, 30 crores. But now everybody decided that instead of saving it in your homes, instead in your almiras, you have to save your money in the bank account, so that bank can also keep a check if you are working in a firm and from there your salary is 1 lakh rupees, but in a month you are getting 1 crore rupees. So of course government can get the suspension that okay, from where you are getting this 1 crore rupees. So second point. Next, demonetization could also help tax administration in another way by shifting transaction out of cash economy into the formal payment system. Okay, so now from here onwards, like people shifted to the other technology, like instead of saving the things in cash, they shifted it to other formal payment system. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So write it down, first point till here, then second and third.
Done, ma'am.
Imam Mahdi, done? First point.
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Done.
Done.
Others, done?
Done, ma'am.
Mahdi, done? Okay. Let's just start the new topic, which is GST. Okay, goods and services tax. So first is full form and when it started. The Parliament passed the law Goods and Service Tax in 2016. Why? To simplify and introduce unified indirect tax system in India. This law came in effect in 2017. So now earlier, for example, this is me. I have to pay this tax, that tax, like hundreds of tax. Okay. So now government said no. You will only pay GST, no matter whether you are rich, whether you are poor, whether you are middle class, everyone will pay only one tax, which is your goods and service tax. Now, what are the aim of this, like why this GST was introduced? First, to generate additional revenue for the government, right? Government get revenue from tax. So just to, add the taxation just to generate additional revenue, GST was introduced. Next, to reduce tax evasion. Earlier, when you have to pay hundreds of tax, somewhere you will evade, like you will try to avoid some tax. Out of 100 you will at least miss one or two tax, but now if you have to pay only one tax, nobody will evade. So to reduce tax evasion. Next, to create one nation, one tax and one market. So it is one nation, so everyone will pay only one tax and one market will be there, no matter whether you are rich, poor, whatever you are. This is the aim. This was the aim of goods and services tax. So you can write it down. Make a box, GST, then the first paragraph and the aim.
Done.
Okay, everyone is done?
No, no.
Okay, students. So features, like it will take good time. So we'll be covering it in next class. Then the benefit, we are done. So in the next class, what we are going to do, we are going to complete this GST part and plus question answer. So I don't know what's happening. In the next class, we'll finish off everything or related to the chapter. Clear? So what I will be
Yes,
doing
ma'am.
for question answer, I will be sharing the PDF. Okay, to you personally, I have number of Halima, Sana and Mahdi. So I'll be sharing a personal PDF to all of you for the question answer. Just before coming to the class, just read it. Okay. In the class itself, we'll be discussing the question answer. Like first 15 minutes, we'll cover this and then the question answer. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Suren.